Tales of Greek mythology. Zeus. Zeus was born by his parents Kronos and Rhea, but Kronos was afraid of his son having more power than him and taking control over all things. So to keep that from happening, every child he would have with Rhea, he would swallow and eat them alive. But because all his children were immortal, they did not die. They were raised in Kronos' stomach. But Rhea didn't like it, so when she was pregnant with Zeus, she hid away into a cave and gave birth to him. But since Kronos was expecting another child, Rhea wrapped a rock in a baby blanket and gave it to him so he could eat it and digest it. So Zeus was raised in the cave by naiads most of his life. Mostly his whole life he was training to be able to defeat his father for what he has done. If Zeus failed, he would have maybe winded up in Tartarus, the darkest part of Hades, or the underworld. From Zeus's home on Mount Olympus, before it was in all its glory, he came up with a plan to defeat Kronos. But to do that, he would need to get people to help him defeat the Titans in a great war. And with that, Zeus knew that his best allies would be his siblings, but they're locked away in the stomach of his father. So he comes up with a plan to free his brothers and sisters by giving Kronos something. So he sneaks into Kronos' castle or mansion or home and puts something in his drink so he would digest it. The stuff makes Kronos very ill, so he starts and throws up the stone that his wife gave him to replace Zeus. After throwing up the stone, he throws up Zeus's 5 other siblings, who were now full adults. And now with them free, they were ready to join Zeus and to defeat their father, Kronos, and the other Titans. But that was enough. So Zeus decides to get the brothers of forgotten brothers of Kronos, the Cyclops and the 100-handed ones. But to get them, Zeus had to go down to Tartarus to save them. For the grateful of being released, they join him in the battle against Kronos. But also, the Cyclopses give Zeus the power of his lightning, or the lightning bolts. Now with them all ready, they head to fight Kronos and the Titans. From the top of Mount Olympus, Zeus sends a fury of lightning on the mountain that lies the Titans and their home, with also the 100-handed ones throwing mountains at the Titans. But once the Titans see they're starting to lose, they call for a beast from Tartarus, Typhoon. Typhoon is giant monsters with snakes for legs, and it challenges Zeus to a battle. As the battle rages on, Zeus is able to get the upper hand and defeat Typhoon with his powerful lightning bolt. So with the Titans and Typhoon defeated, they were sent to Tartarus. With Zeus defeating Kronos and the Titans, he is now the master of the universe and the king of the gods. But before that, his brothers Poseidon and Hades, they drew sticks to see who would have the power over the sky, the sea, and the underworld. and Zeus got the biggest stick, so he became the master of the sky. Poseidon got the second biggest, so he became the king of the sea. And Hades got the smallest, so he was sent to live in the underworld to make sure that the Titans and the monsters and Typhoon could not escape Tartarus, and to keep spirits going on. So after everything was calmed down, Zeus and his siblings decided to start now having children. So Zeus and Hera, they get together and have a lot of children. So do the other of the siblings, and that you know of as Hades, Athena, and many more other gods. But before Hera, Zeus fell in love with a beautiful goddess named called Metis, and so he takes her as his bride. But a prophecy was told that the offspring of hers would overthrow him one day. So, and to make sure that the child will not overthrow him, he swallows his wife alive, and by swallowing her, he got her abilities of wisdom and smarts. With after Metis gone, he takes a new wife, which is Hera, the goddess of family and marriage. But after that, Zeus, with him always wanting to do, he has over 100 children, which are, and some of them are the other Olympians we know today, but others are demigods or half-bloods, whatever you want to call them. With all this of him sleeping around, Hera becomes angry and somewhat starts a revolution with the other gods, and so they take Zeus and bind him in chains. But when it looks like all hope is lost for Zeus, the 100-handed ones come and break the chains and unbind Zeus from his bed where he was resting when they chained him. But after he was broken out, he made his wife hang from the sky, and made his brother Poseidon and his son Apollo build the gates of Troy, the great walls of Troy. So Zeus stows away onto Earth later and sees that humans are eating each other and becoming cannibals. He becomes enraged, and he decides to see, and he sees that humans have become wicked. So he decides to destroy the earth with a massive flood. After the flood, there was only 2 humans or mortals left alive from it. They survived the storm by building an ark of sorts, like Noah and the ark from the Christian Bible. After the flood, years passed, and later a new religion forms, Christianity, and it makes so the stories of old, like the Greek mythology, don't seem to be as popular, and they become myths and people don't believe them anymore. And those are the stories. So that was the story of Zeus, the king of the gods. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video of the story. And remember to like, favorite, subscribe, whatever. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember to comment below if you want to, and say what stories you would like, another Greek mythology story that you would like to hear and see the photos of by me. Bye.